Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming. It's good to see you. Good to start a Sunday with family and friends, our spiritual family. So glad you are here.
As we begin, let's set our intentions. The intention of the day is living in the present moment. I thought I'd start just with the quotes on the front of the bulletin if you haven't read them yet, or if you want to follow along. First one is from Matthew 6:24 from the Bible. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough troubles of its own.
The secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, not to worry about the future, nor to anticipate troubles, but to live in the present moment wisely and earnestly. Buddha.
The core principle for feeling at peace is the present moment, is to act or accept, but never stay stuck. John.
So today is all about living in the now. We'll start with an opening prayer. Divine Spirit, we ask that you be here today, with us as a group and inside of each one of us, resonating with that part of you that exists inside of us, our essential nature, our soul, that the message that you would bring forth today would speak to us, would remind us, would inspire us to work with you, to coexist and co-create with you in your precious gift of the present moment. Amen.
Move on to music. We'll have our choir hit it.
I'm sure you know the words, sing along.
With all
I know about the universe. Think I have it down, the way it works. If I'm so richly blessed, how come sometimes I'm such a mess? Guess I forget. Help me remember who I am. Help me to trust in the master plan. When I think that I can't, remind me I can. Help me remember who I am. I've read the concepts and complexities of quantum physics and of string theories, but it's the simple stuff. Light love is all that I'm made of. It trips me up. Help me remember who I am. Help me to trust in the master plan. When I think that I can't, remind me I can. Help me remember who I am. I am a precious child of God, for heaven's sake. Not floating solo on the breeze. So when I'm feeling kind of small and lost in space, would you remind me, please? Help me remember who I am. Help me to trust in the master plan. When I think that I can't, remind me I can. Help me remember who I am. Remember who I am. Help me to trust in the master plan. When I think that I can't, remind me I can. Help me remember who I am. Help me remember who I am.
Learn to be still. Let you go.
It's just another day in paradise. As you stumble to your bed, you give anything to silence.
recollections, our memories. Tomorrow is where our plans, hopes, and fears reside. This moment is the only moment of your whole life you can actually consciously change or control. Yet we are whole beings contained within physical bodies that are walking on this line between our past and our futures. The part of the path that you're on right now is the present. That's where we are physically, but where do you live mentally? In the past? In the future? Or in the present? Let's see what we can learn from a conversation with our friends, past Pat, future Francine, and now Nancy. Hello, everyone.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
So, what's going on?
Yesterday I got a surprise, and earlier in the week got something else. That was really cool. Happened too.
I'm so excited. I'm only 2 weeks away from something I've been looking forward to for a long time.
Right now, I am just in bliss. I am right where I want to be, at Connections, surrounded by my spiritual family, communing with spirit, centering and focusing. I am very happy to be right where I am in this moment.
Wow, those are three very different answers. So, what do you guys think about this weather?
Well, it's not as hot as it was yesterday.
It's supposed to be even nicer tomorrow.
I think it's wonderful. I'm enjoying it very much.
Gotcha. Now, I can't help but notice each of you are referencing everything from three very different perspectives.
Well, the past is a really nice place to be. None of us are promised tomorrow you get hit by a bus or something. And the present, well, it's only here for a second. And then where does it go?
I hear you, Pat, but the past is subjective. I mean, seriously, none of us remember it quite the same way. My ex-husband and I sure remember our marriage very differently. And my siblings and I, well, to hear us talk about our childhood, you'd think that each of us was raised in a different house by a whole different set of parents.
I see my past as a series of reference points of who I once was. What I used to like, how I used to think, what I used to believe, and what used to work for me and what didn't. To me, the value of my past is a reference point for myself, and it allows me more compassion for people who are where I used to be.
So that's the past. What about the future?
Frankly, I like the past a whole lot better. I used to be somebody. I used to be able to do anything. I smile when I think about the past. But the future kind of scares me a little, so I try not to go there too often.
The future? Oh, that's my playground. When I think about tomorrow, I can hope and dream and plan and scheme. Tomorrow I will be much more than I am today. They say, if you fail to plan, then you might as well plan to fail. My plans for tomorrow are sensational, incredible, and inspiring.
I glimpse into the future as a way of making sure that the choices that I'm making in the present are in alignment with where I think that I am going.
Okay, well, what about right now?
Right now? What do you mean right now? Right now is a sum total of all my past. Everything in my past makes me who I am. Right now, in this moment, see how important the past is?
Right now is the gateway into the future. This moment is the closest I will ever get to the future. So it is very exciting.
Right now is all that we really have. We can't change our past, no matter how much we might want to. Our future can change in the blink of an eye. But right now, this moment is all that I really, truly have. So I want to make the most of it.
So our pasts are important because they tell our story. Many of us base our present on our past, so it's important. Our future is equally important because it gives us hope and inspires us to become something greater than we are in this moment or experience things differently than we have before. Our present is where our past meets our future. It's the only part of our timeline that we can actually make choices and change anything and everything.
Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why it's called the present.
A little
The
nervous
good part.
this morning. Before we started, as we started our day, Scott and I kind of discussed where we're going to start. We talked about it during the week, but this morning it opened up some real doorways for me as we were talking. And so I wanted to share Like, I work with the mind every day, and for the last 5 years I've been engulfed with the power of the mind and what it can do and how it can change a person and the power that it has. And when we talk about the past, present, and future, logically the past should have no power over us. It's things that we've already done, that are already in the past. And the future is something we really can't predict, even though we can scheme and think of things that we're going to do. You can never predict it, and as you live through it, it's never what you predict. It's always something different. So logically, it should have no power. But in the mind, it has all the power, because most of the time, that's where we put our focus. That's where we put our energy at. And the mind can't tell the difference between what's real or imagined. So as you focus on it, you're creating it. You're experiencing it. You're sending out all these little magnets to the universe saying, ooh, I'm living this right now. I want this. I want to bring it into my reality and live it. So the past and the present and the future are very powerful. And most of us don't live in that present moment. It's hard to be still and to be in that moment right now. So this morning, as we go into the meditation, we're going to focus on that. We're going to give you some tools to help bring you into the present, and to let, as you have two sides. You have the past. A lot of people either focus on the past or the future, and see where it's waning for you, which side you usually go to, and how is it affecting your present. When I do hypnosis, when I bring people into the mind, a lot of times I have them recreate the past. If it's something they didn't like, recreate it, because you're hanging on to those old memories. You're creating from those old pains and sorrows. You don't need to change the reality. The mind can't tell the difference. So to change the past. When you look to the future, you're suggesting a new slate, a new board. But when you're in the present, your life is creating. You're seeing life from the past, from the future, whatever you're focusing on. That's the way you're seeing it, that's the way you're feeling it, that's what your beliefs are based on, and that's what you're making your decisions off of. When you have a clear slate, a clear picture, you're getting a bigger perspective, a bigger map, so to speak, to life. It opens up possibilities to a whole different degree. So this morning, as you relax in your chairs, get comfortable, have you close your eyes so that you can focus. Take a couple deep breaths in, and then exhale out. Those that were at the workshop on Friday, maybe even use Sinead's breathing technique. Inhaling in, holding the breath, and then exhaling out more than you inhale. Feeling it with each breath that it's cleansing your body, cleansing your soul inside and out. As you get in tune with your internal world, your body, getting comfortable with it, I want you to imagine going inside and taking everything from your past, from your mind, from your body, from your outside world, wherever you can find your past at. I want you to imagine putting it in a bubble. Putting it in this big ball of energy that's a bubble, and setting it to the side. And as you create that bubble, notice how big it gets, what its energy feels like. Was it a really strong connection, or was it weak? Notice this bubble as you set it aside. Once you've placed it aside, then I want you to come back to center, and I want you to take everything from your future, all your dreams, all your aspirations, everything that you can think of from the future that you like to create, and put them in another bubble, from the inside to the outside of you, everything that would represent your future. And place it on another bubble on the other side of you. On both sides, I want you to imagine coming back to your center, back to the middle, and taking the present moment. Notice what the present looks like. How big is your present? Is it a grain of sand? Is it a bubble the same size as the others? Notice what your present looks like. And when you can grab hold of it as an image, I want you to expand it. Stretch it out until you have this big space to work in. As you sit in the present, I want you to clear it out for a minute. Just clear your focus as if there's nothing in the space. Completely empty. Feel what that emptiness looks like, feels like for a moment. Being empty. And as you sit in this emptiness, I want you to bring in a butterfly. And focus on that butterfly for a moment. Notice how big it is, what colors it has, how it flutters through the air. Focusing on this butterfly in this empty space. Notice what it does. Hear its fluttering. Maybe smell it, see it. Get in touch with it with as many senses as you can. Holding that thought for as long as you can. Practice with that butterfly. I want you to notice as it drifts away out of your space into the past, going back to your center, this empty space. And as you sit in this space, I want you to tune into the sounds of the room and your present where you're at. So for a moment, just focus on the sounds of the room. Notice what you pick up on. Notice the smells. What smells surround you? And notice your feeling. The feeling of the chair, your body. And I want you to notice the feeling of the room. As if Spirit was in this room today, what would it look like? What surrounds you? Your spirit, spirit up with other people. How would you picture that? Bring that image into your room. As you get in touch with the present, again, I want you to clear out the room for a moment. Go back to the emptiness. As you feel this room empty again, I want you to bring in something that you would like to focus on in this moment. It's up to you. Whatever the first thought that comes to mind, the first image, impression, what is it you would like to focus on right now? Bring that energy into this room. As you see that energy of that thought, I want you to imagine the past and the present taken away from it. It's just in the present, right now. What do you want to do with that thought? Imagine a higher power coming in, giving you ideas or perspectives. With the past and the present taken away, does it still have energy? See yourself create with this thought right now. Your creation is complete. Put it into the future. Put it as if its energy was, part of its energy is staying in the present, but trickling into the future. So that it's always with you. If you want to take another thought, bring in another thought. Doing the same thing. knowing this space is available whenever you desire. And as you stay in this present moment, if you want to invite back in your past, reconnect with it, bringing that bubble back. Noticing its energy as it comes back. You're giving it as much power, as much energy as you did when you first set it aside. And then feeling the bubble of the future coming back and reconnecting. And as these two sides connect, feel a balance being created between your past, your present, and your future. So this flow of energy keeps going back and forth in balance and harmony, giving power to in front of you where you're creating, where you're going in life. Feeling yourself energized to walk forward, to move forward in life with Spirit and God standing behind you and in front of you, guiding you and giving you support on your life's journey and path, wherever that may lead, as you helped co-create it.